What's the name of this fucking podcast again?
Some offense taken.
Yeah, what do we settle on?
Okay, some offense
I
style.
guess
Let me type that shit out.
We'll try that.
That boy got that crack, man. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Some Offense Taken podcast. So, hi, everyone. I am Eric, or where did Eric go?
I got it.
What? What do you want me to do?
I thought you were done.
Yeah, I was gonna
I thought you just said, "Welcome to the Some Offense Taken podcast," and then it just
I was
stopped. I thought that was the intro. I was like,
I thought
"Oh,
it was
that's
gonna be
easy. That's easy. I can
It's
do
like,
that."
dude, any
I was like,
fucking
"Fuck yeah."
mook
All right,
can do
keep
that.
going. Go again. Go
Okay.
again. Go again.
All right.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh.
Oh, he is.
I've been recording
Oh,
for
okay,
like the
then
past
put it in. Fuck it.
3
keep it in.
minutes. Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
yeah, like Eric said, welcome to Some Offense Taken. My name's Ben. How you doing? To my left, I don't know where the hell he is on Discord, but we got our buddy Rob.
Hey, that's me.
Looks like a dock worker at 8 Mile, but hey, what are you gonna do?
I am a doctor.
I don't know. Fucking, you're in the right area. Don't give
Yeah.
me shit.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
chilling.
So,
God.
to start this off, Ben kind of came to us with the idea of a podcast. About what? We have no goddamn idea.
Yeah.
So
just
we're
sign-
pretty much just going to talk about random shit that's on our minds. We will try to keep it somewhat classy for a little bit. And then, hence the name of the show, Some Offense Taken.
Mhm. If you
but
get mad,
yeah.
it's your fault.
Exactly. If you get mad, it's
Yeah,
in the
that's-
name. Parental advisory,
Why the
let
fuck did you
people
click
know.
this?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess, Ben, since this was your idea, why don't you come up with the first thing to talk about?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, we talked about, like, right, like, how do we want to do this? Do we just want to have topics? And, like, when we get more than, I don't know, 3 fucking viewers, like, maybe people could be like, hey, talk about this. Like, there's some weird shit I saw this
Yeah,
week. Wonder
we'll
what
have
you
it in
think.
the Discord. Yeah,
Yeah, right?
yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Like, we're not going to have Discord mods, that are pretty much like, oh, hello, kitten. Like, we're not gonna do this. Like,
Yo, wait, that's actually a good. That's a good
yeah, that's what I
first
kind of want to
topic.
start.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
wait.
go ahead.
All right, so that.
'Cause you
Okay,
have
so-
a Discord.
Yeah, so being I actually stream right on Twitch. Don't fall. And we had a pretty active Discord for a long time, right? But there was a guy who was in there, I will not name, that was he was a Discord mod. That's exactly what he was. He was just a Discord mod. And basically he would just like hover around. Like, okay, so my Discord would be totally chill, right? We'd have like 4 people playing Flex Q League of Legends together, 4 people playing RTS games, whatever, just talking.
Good.
And there would just be a guy in like the waiting for game or whatever channel, the Discord mod, and he'd just sit there and hover that mod or that room. And anytime like a chick would come in and just pop her head in, he'd be like, "Oh, hello. What are you playing?" Like, I've never seen someone that's played every single game to ever exist, but this guy, his Steam library was just off the charts. He had every game that he could possibly play with a female. Like, anything that a girl would download, he had it. Like, and the old schoolers from my stream will absolutely know exactly who I'm talking about. But this kid, dude, it was so uncomfortable. Like, you could join I would join, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, bro, what's going on?" He'd be like, "Oh, not much, was just getting off." Ba-doom, and he would just leave. It's my fucking Discord. He would
Jesus
just
Christ.
leave, right?
Well,
He's a mod on my channel. He would just leave. But a chick gets in there, bro, he's in there 16 hours playing fucking Among Us or something. Like, I don't know.
Dear
And you got Dead by Daylight, kitten? I love you. Say my name again. Yeah.
yeah, right? Like,
Let's refer
sniffing.
to our viewers as kittens.
Well, like, oh god, no. But like,
No, I'm just
little
kidding.
background, because I don't know. Maybe we'll get a big audience of this. Who knows? But Discord is a chat service that's online. It's kind of like Skype, where you can video call people. But Discord,
Well, like a
unique. You
team
can
speak,
have-
like a team speak.
yeah, team speak.
And
even
it's
if you
actually
guys are
slowly
back in
starting
the
to
day.
get away from just gaming in general. Like, the company even came out and said that. They're just like, we want to be the next Skype. Like, we just want to incorporate
Yeah.
everything,
Mhm.
businesses and everything, not just gaming.
Which,
Yeah.
I do kind of like Discord a little more than Skype, but it just needs a little.
Oh,
tweak.
absolutely.
A little
tweaks, it's
tweakage.
good.
Yeah.
Few tweaks, it's nice. Stop
I
with
thought-
the cringy, like, oops, we made a fucky wucky error. It's like, fucking whoever came up with that, fire that motherfucker. It's the CEO, vote him out. But anyway,
anyone.
I was gonna say with the Discord mods and shit, like a Discord mod will keep an eye on your chat channel. Like for someone like Rob here, like he streams, so he's gonna have people all walks of life putting all kinds of weird shit in the server. Some things you don't want in there because you don't know. The cool thing with like I'm in a couple other streamer servers too, and they have people like anywhere from like I don't know. I'm still like I grew up with the internet, so it doesn't bother me. But you know, like if your kid's like 13 or 14, pay the fucking attention to what they're doing. But like there's sometimes young kids in these servers, so you don't want weird shit going on. So people will either volunteer, or sometimes you can pay these people a few bucks a month, and they'll keep an eye on your chats, keep everything nice and clean. Guy Rob's talking about is there's a certain profile that fits your average Discord moderator, and I'm thinking. Like I'm a big fella. I'm 6 foot 270. I'm morbidly obese. I shouldn't be, but I look better than most people that are underweight. So you know, go fuck yourself. But like they you know, they're about 350 plus. You know, fedora. They wear like the black bowling shirt that probably has been washed in like a week. You know what I mean?
They got the wispy facial hair.
Yeah,
Welcome to Flavortown, my lady.
Thin, real thin. Like they brush it down so it looks like, you know, 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, like if you had a comb over on your chin. that's the area that they like to fall into. Like they grew up in the 80s, but they're not from the 80s, you know.
They're scum. They're basically like pedophile starter kits. Like I don't know, man. It's not good. It's not good. So when like if you hear someone touting about that, if they're talking about one, you might want to have an intervention, or at least you know the person, because there are good ones out there. We're not
yes, there's definitely good ones, but there are some ones in between that are just pushing
but like Rob,
the envelope.
But like Rob says, you know, like when a female comes around, it's like, oh hey, what's up? I'm the coolest motherfucker to ever exist. Like, bro, you're Discord moderator. Like,
you want to see my Halo 3 Infinity Sword?
I got this samurai helmet.
Mine? Hold on.
Eric's a fucking Eric's
no,
Loki,
I don't have
Discord
that.
Moderator.
I got my Lancer, and then I also have the what the fuck is that? The Saw blade from Bloodborne. Someone made for me.
Oh shit! Like the hatchet cleaver.
Yeah, hold on, I'll grab it.
I think the coolest weapon.
We'll carry the show. It's all right.
Yeah, I think the coolest weapon that I've ever seen, though, like speaking of created weapons, is did you ever see that show? Oh, that's sick.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's sick. For people who can't see right now, Eric is holding up a Bloodborne saw blade. If you've never seen it,
does come apart, but the only thing is the guy, he just kind of did it with like a nut, and then like if I want to make it easily, like I saw that
a nut. He kind of did it with a nut, huh?
A little bit of a nut.
He really blesses his work, that guy.
Hey, you got to put your name on it somehow.
Fuck a maker's mark, bro. I just let me nut on this bad boy.
Exactly.
Take a black light to that weapon. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Oh dear.
You're gonna be like, is this blood or
why is this all streaky?
Blood and gum.
Somebody shot rope on my axe.
Jesus.
No, did you guys ever
exactly
see
how I wanted him? Or what? 10 minutes in, beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that show? I think it's called Forged in Fire.
Yes.
Yeah, where they make the weapons and shit.
Yeah, they make weapons. There's a streamer. His name is Moist Critical. You guys probably know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone knows who Critical is at this point.
Dildo Jesus. Yeah, that's my boy.
Dildo Jesus.
I love him, man. His content's great, but he actually had a blade forged by one of the winners on Forged in Fire.
Did he?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a fleshlight cutlass.
Oh god! All right, I'm looking this up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, look it up. The base of the blade is a fleshlight.
No,
The whole blade is I swear to God, look it up. Google it. All of you, I will wait and let you Google this because it is the best, and it's an actual blade. Like you could cut somebody's head off with a sex toy.
The dick sword.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, they don't call him Dildo Jesus for no reason.
Well, Jesus Christ, from I recommended the longest time on YouTube, right? Like I follow him, and you know, I watch a lot of his stuff, you know, the Moist Meter reviews and stuff.
Dude, he's great.
Then came the Dildo Saga, and I was like, "What is happening to my recommended?"
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. I love it.
It's so sick, right? How cool
Oh
is
my
that?
god!
Dude,
I'm not gonna look.
he had
I'll
an
accept
all-out
that
war.
exists.
Speaking of news, this is
With,
real. This
yeah.
is real news. He had an all-out war with Belle Delphine
Yeah.
because she claimed that she owned more sex toys than Dildo Jesus himself. So what they did was they were going onto websites, Amazon, Bad Dragon, all these
Lord.
websites, and just getting the weirdest, most
Obscene.
it's just there's no words for it.
Like physically impossible. Like I
you
don't
can't fuck these. Like there's
Yeah,
just no way you can't fuck these.
like
I
a
could-
dog toy that's like 15 inches long.
Dude,
Like,
My
I
don't know how
favorite
to-
one that I saw.
Sasquatch with some of these.
Yeah, my favorite one that I saw. She had a triple dildo, so it was 3 attached to the same one, and I think they called it the Cerberus. I think that's what it's called. Like it's in the video, so she
I
shows it.
swear to
so.
God, it's out of the point of practicality and more like, hey, fuck it, someone will buy this, right? Like, who's an alien dick, you know? Like, and someone will buy it.
Dude, there's
Someone will buy it.
there's some of them that lay eggs. Like, have you guys seen this?
I seen a
Yes.
thing on Instagrams, like one of those little
There-
voice snippets, and I was like,
On Instagram.
yeah,
Do you
I
get
was-
this fucking suggested to you?
yeah, right. Like you can't say the fuck word on Instagram, but you know, if you put up a picture or like a video reel thing of like a Vice interview where it's like, yeah, I just really like how it feels when eggs get laid inside me. I'm like, that shouldn't be on there. Like,
That's the
real
same
thing.
thing with YouTube in general. You can't use, like, obviously in the first couple minutes of a video, they'll kind of like flag your video or demonetize it if it's the
Right.
first like 5 or 10 minutes and you drop an F-bomb. You drop an F-bomb, you drop
you can be,
anything
like,
else that's
naked
obscene.
yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
as long as you
fine.
just- yeah, it's kid friendly content.
Yeah,
like,
whatever,
Of course
you
it
know,
is.
Go stream with go stream with your tits out, you know. Whatever. Oh, it's fine, but hey, you said the fuck word.
They do.
I
Like,
know, and like you
yo,
hate it because there's
let's-
great. I follow really good female streamers. And
Absolutely.
I don't know them off the top of my head because I'm not on Twitch that much because I'm usually watching Rob here. But if we ever get some traction, I'll start putting names. But then you have like the egregious offenders, right? Like the
Yeah.
one girl was streaming. I don't know if any of you guys watch Pay Money Wubby. You'll know. Exactly
love
what I'm
Wubby.
talking
Yeah,
about. I love Wubby. But like she's just in a hot tub. That's the content.
Yep.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm doing a
and-
poolside stream, like 14,000 active viewers. And then meanwhile, this one girl I follow is actually like good at the stuff she plays and like has interesting stuff to say about shit. She has like 5. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it's sad. Like because
It's not like she's like not
It's
to put it
sad.
to looks, but it's like, you know, it's not like
Like,
she's horrendous. Like she's good
the-
at the game.
and a big issue with like these websites like YouTube, even
Mhm.
Mixer was bad. Like with
Mixer's real
YouTube, Mixer, rest in peace. You know,
Mhm.
Facebook even though that's more family friendly content, but Facebook, Twitch, the algorithms are also fucked up. Like if you and I'm not saying this because I'm a streamer. I watched it before I was a streamer. Like I watched Tyler One. I love Tyler. I think he's a great entertainer. You could literally watch him do anything, and it's fun,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And I've seen some small streamers like Eric is a small streamer. I'm a small streamer again, but like, you know, we never really made it like pop up into the algorithm, and we'll have content to spew for days. And there's other people that I've seen that just have content to spew out for days. Like there's this girl, I'll name her, Princess Ninja is her name. It's not a great name, but it's a name. And you know, she sits around 20 to 30 viewers just doing whatever she wants, and she's fun. She wears a, you know, it doesn't matter what she wears, but she wears a sweater and she'll just sit there and fucking talk to you, and she keeps the conversation going. It's really fun to sit there like and interact with her because that's what these streaming platforms are for. It's supposed to be interactive television, basically.
Right.
So like I don't know what's so interactive about somebody sitting there with their phone out and their knees up with like a fucking half a shirt on and their fucking whole pussy's out, and they're just sitting there like typing on their phone, and then they look up every time they get a $50 donation and go, oh thanks, And then they just go back to like that.
Yeah.
That's not like, bro. Go on ChatterBait. Like that's what that shit's for, dude. You want to like sell your body? Go on Cam Soda. Like that's what it's for.
I hadn't
And
heard that
I
name
don't
in a
wanna- I'm
while.
Yeah, tired of jerking off alone. Whatever.
You won't
fucking-
last
But we were
5
getting these ads when
seconds.
we were 12. We were 12 getting these ads.
Yeah.
Not even on like illicit sites.
Yeah.
Just like on the sidebar, like, oh hey, by the
New
way,
grounds.
and I'm like,
New grounds.
like
This game will
Newgrounds.
make you come in 30 seconds.
I'm like,
Yep.
I'm just trying to play like Sonic on Flash. Like, can I just?
Can
I'm
you-
12. What are boobs? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude.
we're so desensitized to it because we're older. We think it's funny, right? But
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
yeah.
I'm getting to the age like, and I'm married. Like, all right, we want to have a kid, and I'm like, I hope to God, my kid has some level of like
Your kid
internet
doesn't see the
finesse that I
cocksword.
want.
Your kid's gonna see the cocksword. Like,
And before me, like I'm 28, you know what I mean? I see a cocksword, I'm like, that's impractical. I see my kid's gonna be like, that's cool. But
Oh, the
Fuck.
next generation's gonna be screwed, dude.
they're gonna be. They talk about us being desensitized. Like, are you fucking
Well,
kidding me?
and that kind of sucks. Like we are desensitized, and that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about with the algorithms too.
Mhm.
Everything is getting shoved right in your face, like all this like
Mhm.
content, like sexual content, right? And like if you think about it, like 30, 40 years ago, like people were not breaking in, but like stealing porno mags. Like that was like your access to porn. And now it's like I could just type in like Google Gaga girl wants to act like a baby while getting fucked in the ass, and then like boom,
right.
there's 1,000 videos of that, 1,000,000 videos
You
of
got
that.
it on Reddit. You have some videos on YouTube that still push it. They don't get taken down, but they're still there. They're very hard to find, obviously, but like
Right.
it's just there. That's what this generation has come into. If it's sex sells, which like don't get me wrong. Yes,
does.
boobs are nice. Butts are nice. Doesn't need to be in everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, and I feel like it's so pushed in your face that it's like,
It's like you don't care.
bro,
Yeah.
like I don't even get excited if I see like a naked girl anymore. Like, I absolutely love my girlfriend. Like, it's great. Like, I'm obviously attracted to her, but it's like,
Are you
like
though?
I feel like I feel like 40 years ago, right? If a girl took her shirt off, it was like boing, like you could fucking flip a table with that thing. But now it's like that doesn't just get you going because there's so
Well, like-
much access to so much shit.
Mhm.
Well, and then there's so many people too. Like, oh, hey, this fucks with the front of your head and like how you develop and process stuff, and it fucks with your serotonin because like now it's so easily available, right? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
if you get it, and you're good, whatever, you can do it yourself. So that like pleasure focused part of the brain just fucking deteriorates
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and
because
then,
like, oh yeah, it's right here. But then there's like this huge push of people like, I think they're calling it like sacred sex. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got to
Right.
do it with
What is
somebody.
this?
Like sacred sex, like stop jerking off.
Oh, okay.
Like you just hold sex to a higher standard. I'm like, that's cool, man. Like I kind of respect, and people are laughing at it. I'm like, why are you laughing at that? Like that's kind of like a
no, like it kind of
healthy
makes
initiative.
sense.
If you want
Yeah,
to go
like,
out and hook up with people, fine. But like me growing up, like I didn't like the random hookup. I had to like
yeah,
it.
it's not really my
Yeah,
deal.
no, I
That's how my
didn't.
brain was wired.
When
But,
I
like,
was
the
younger-
more people I know, there's more people like us, kind of like, yeah, I didn't really do that either. So it's like, well,
Mhm.
who's telling them to do it?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
where's
Because it's like, where are these people? Like, I think we all know at least one or two friends that just go out and just fucking crush it. Like whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Good for them.
and they
But
hold it
then,
together
like-
very well.
But then some, they just hit that point and they're like, I couldn't feel like shit, man. I'm like, dude, 12 guesses. 12 guesses. like,
And that's like you were saying too, like back in the day, like when we were growing up, like hookup culture was kind of a, oh my god, you hear these two got together? Nowadays, just like, oh, these two got together, cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's like surprise, surprise.
And
you know?
back
like,
when we were younger, like just me as well, like it was obscene. Like, oh no, if I get with a girl, it's gonna be the one that I want to have a kid with.
Right.
And
Okay.
nowadays, it's just like,
Yeah, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best way to explain it. It's just I do this a
Was-
lot, but
Was she hot? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
it's-
all it is.
he
Well,
or
that-
she, I don't discriminate.
Wait,
no, like that's
Sleep
like
with who you want.
it's like a big
no animals.
it's no
Yeah,
animal.
no.
Discord moderators.
Fuck everybody in my family. Just don't fuck my dogs, please.
Yeah, don't touch my dog. Fucking kill it.
They're so small.
First thing that comes out of his mouth.
Please.
Continue.
But no, it's like that. That's another thing too. It's like okay, so you take that idea of like, oh, that's the person that I wanted to, marry. Like a lot of these people back in the day, like really back in the day, not even 40 years ago, but like 80 years ago, they would just be like, oh, I like this chick. And then that's it. They're together for 90 fucking years and then they die. You know what I
Most
mean?
of my
It's like,
patients I get at work, they say, oh yeah, well, we've been together for like 65, 70 years. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I can't keep someone for like 60 minutes. Fucking hell.
yeah, dude. Like I was out here like back in high school. Like,
How long you and your girlfriend been dating, Eric? Just put that in.
yeah,
I have a girlfriend?
because I have
Wait, what? The woman who lives in my house?
Wait, I'm male? I'm a dude?
no, like we.
I'm human.
I'm pretty sure there's still people that are convinced that I'm still gay, but you know what? I see a nice dick, I'm not going to say anything. I mean, hey.
You're just gonna start sweating. That's okay.
Yeah,
You know what? We don't judge you.
Oh.
You just dab them off and move on. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Eric can't talk with his mouth full anyway.
Mm.
But we have
Continue.
but yeah, like when I was in high school, I met this girl and I was like, yo, this is it. This is the one. I was in a 3-year relationship. I was like, how does it go downhill? And then she started fucking other dudes that I knew. I was like, bro, I was like 16. I was like, what's going on? Like, she started fucking other dudes that I knew. She started like being really rude to me. We got in a fist fight. I gotta tell you about that.
Oh my God.
That's a great story.
Who
I
won?
Her.
No, okay.
Do you see how I'm built, bro? I'm built like a fucking 13-year-old cerebral
You
palsy
are.
fucking patient.
I gotta show the picture from when me and Connor went up to visit him because I swear
my
to God, I
God.
think Rob shrunk.
Bro, I look like a fucking Smurf. Like I look like Gargamel fuck Smurfette. And I like that's
somehow
what
lost the blue complexion.
yeah, I'm just fucking skinny and small. Like
So,
dude, I'm built
Quick
like a
aside, I've known you how many years now, right? Like what? 10?
over 10, yeah, definitely.
Over
Definitely
10.
10.
You don't look a fucking bit different.
Bro, and all that happens is I grow a fucking mustache. I
You
go
get a
from
mustache.
14 I go from 14-year-old to holy shit, don't let this guy within 300 yards of a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh
Like
my
that's
God.
literally what happens. Like I can't. It's one or the other, two extremes. I look like I'm 50 or I look like I'm 10. Like there's no in between.
The menthol keeps me young. Yeah, get the fuck off my property. You know, like that's Rob.
That's
Mo-
the creepy
it's like
uncle
Mo
you don't
says-
invite
it's
to
like-
Easter dinner.
It's Italian Mo Slizlak from fucking Simpsons. He's like, see more butts. You know, fucking, that's
Yeah,
Rob.
Yep.
No, but like, yo, okay.
I want
so
Amanda hug and kiss.
I got into a fist fight with well, not a real fist fight. One is a
Mhm.
funny story, and one is just an annoying story. So the annoying one I won't tell you, but the funny one was with my second girlfriend. This is for you guys. I don't think I ever told Eric or Ben this, but it was
Oh
funny.
dear God.
It was with she who shall not be named, but Eric met her. If Eric,
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
okay. So I fell asleep, right?
Mhm.
Wait, let me start this from the very beginning. Okay.
Here we go.
We're
Before time.
trekking through. Put on your boots, boy. We're digging through some bullshit. So, it starts off. My friend Jess is like my sister, right? Really
Mhm.
good friend of mine. I've been close with her since before high school. I was like the nerdy fucking outcast in high school, and she was like the hottest girl in the world that like wanted to talk to me. She thought I was like so funny and blah blah blah. She didn't care that I was a fucking loser. So she, fast forward, she's in dental hygienist college, NYU.
Good
right?
for her.
Yeah. So she was working on becoming a dental hygienist.
Right.
Her she had one test left to do, right?
Hmm.
And the test was to she had to do like patients, and she had to schedule patients in ahead or in advance, and then they would come in. She would clean their teeth in front of the teacher or professor, whatever the fuck you call it, and then she would get a grade. But if the patient didn't show up, she auto failed, and somebody just backed out like a day before, and she was like, "I'm gonna fail my last exam, like to be a hygienist. Like that's insane." So she was like, "Can you help me?" And I was like, "Yeah." I took the day off of work. I go to Brooklyn. Well, I told her like I'll take the day off of work. I'll come to Brooklyn, and you'll do my teeth and whatever, and just pick at me, whatever the fuck the dentists do. I don't know. So she, we so she,
But I was just listening. That was a fucking struggle to watch him for in that
dude,
second.
I have a really bad stutter. So, I got trapped. I like literally my whole body wanted to say the words, but my neck was like, no,
Get.
don't let it out. Don't let it out of you. So I had I'm texting her like we're through, you know, texting obviously like she has to set this up and all this shit, and I'm like okay. So she texts me and she goes Wednesday, 2:00, and I said Wednesday 2:00. Got it, right? I'm with she who shall not be named. He.
Oh, he.
Ooh.
We're not confirmed.
My buddy Brian and I. So,
Oh.
so me and her are hanging out that day, and she sees the text in the car while I'm driving, and I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, who's Jess? And I'm like, Jess, you know, blah blah blah. Like I can't, you know, I'm not gonna say her last name, but you know, I'm like, you know, she's been my friend forever. I don't know how you don't even know that. And she starts just like insta arguing with me before I could even get the words out. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not arguing, you know, and I just let it like go. Like I let her just get mad. That's my favorite thing to do. People get mad at me and I just go, and I just stop talking and they just fucking freak out. It's my favorite.
That's
So
just like what my dad, dude, like when he would start arguing with me when I was younger, and my mom gave me a piece of advice. She said, just don't fight back. Just sit there. I was like, okay. So then he would get even more pissed off. I love my dad dearly, but this is the truth. And he would go to her afterwards and be like, why isn't he fighting back?
I'm growing a pussy, I swear to God. So we
Father, no.
Rick. So we had Rick, stop it. So we had so this whole thing goes down, this argument, that one-sided argument that she's screaming at the side of my head, and I'm like, you see that duck? You know, like while I'm driving, you know, just
Oh my
being like
God.
a little asshole. And I just let it die down, right? I could have done that like an adult and could have just been like, listen, babe, let me explain. But no, I don't want to do that because that's above me and I am in the dirt. So I have to make this as hard as it possibly could be. So for my ego, this is what happens, right? We get home. She's like, I'm gonna sleep here. I'm like, okay. So I go to bed, right? I wake up. Now, okay, I go to sleep. I'm nice and cozy, right? I sleep on my back. I'm fucking starfished out, right? I wake up to a boom, and I just went, and I jerk my head back, and I try to lift my arms up, but I can't move my arms, right? And I just got blasted in the fucking nose. And I just went, so, you know, when you first wake up, I don't know if you've ever been punched in the nose before, but your eyes get watery. Plus, you first wake up, you don't rub your eyes, you're pretty fucking blurry, right? So I try to open my eyes, I can't see shit except tears. And I'm like, and I can't move my arms, right? So I'm bugging the fuck out. And I'm like, and I just lift both of my arms as hard as I can, and I hear like a thud, right? I jump, I roll off of my bed to the right side, and I flip the fucking mattress over because I have a queen. I know, I'm a pretty big deal. So I have a queen mattress, I flip it over, and I'm like, now it has to be on top of them, right? So I'm like, I think I'm getting robbed. I think I'm getting burglarized. And I'm just like, wrong house, motherfucker! And I'm just screaming at the screaming. I'm fucking like veins coming out my forehead. I'm fucking rubbing my eyes because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna see who this is and I'm gonna kill them. Like that was what's going through my head. I'm like, I have weapons in my room. I have a ninja throwing star behind me somewhere. And it's like, you know, I don't know how to use it. But I'll fucking throw it at you, like you know.
Good enough.
So I was in full defense, full adrenaline break mode. Like I'm tunnel visioning and I just woke up. I'm freaking out. And I fucking throw the bed off of them and I'm like, ah! And this is when I was like, you remember that Italian picture of me when I'm like,
yeah, with the,
yo, bro, I was like in some shape. Like I was like really, I
Yeah.
was yoked up and I was just freaking out. Like I thought I was gonna die. So I pulled the bed off of them and I'm like, ah, like just screaming at the top of my lungs, like ape mode, like caveman DNA coming up in my neck. I'm about to just jab him in the throat. And then she's laying on the floor under the bed, my girlfriend, laying on the floor under the bed, crying. And I went, what the fuck are you doing down there? Like, it just totally took me out of like I totally just like, it took me out like of the rage instantly. I was like, rage to confusion. I just went, what the fuck are you doing down there? And she goes, who the fuck is Jess? Why is she texting you at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Oh my
And I was
God.
like, huh? So it turns out that she used my thumbprint while I was asleep to open the phone to read through all of my texts and emails to see if I was meeting up with Jess to have sex with her. But I guess she didn't scroll up 2 fucking inches up into that chat where you could see that I said, oh, for the dental appointment, right? So
Yeah, right.
she can't fucking read. She just instantly takes full fuck. She's like, that's it. He's cheating on me. He's texting someone named Jess. And it just blew my mind. And I was like, get the fuck out of my house, you know? And we get into that whole crazy argument over nothing. And I almost beat up a girl for it.
Well,
For what?
hey, she threw the first punch. I mean,
Yeah, she even restrained me. She kneeled on my legs.
And you know,
Or
what, even
on
for you
my
being like
arm.
pretty
Yeah,
much still like dead asleep, you still kind of restrained yourself physically, not verbally, but still
Yeah.
physically. So it's
Yeah,
not
right.
like you were immediately just back.
Yeah, like, I mean, I couldn't
I've
even
done that.
move my arms
Yeah,
on it.
you threw her, but like
I threw her, yeah.
that's
I
a
didn't
first
know it was a girl,
instinct.
but the second I threw her, I was like, this is the lightest robber ever.
wrong house.
Yeah, I was like, wrong house, motherfucker. I was just losing my mind. I was like, man, I'm strong as fuck. But no, it was a 90-pound fucking blonde chick.
It was your old man home?
No, nobody was home that week. Absolutely not. I thought I was
can
in it.
imagine him stumbling in. What the fuck you doing?
Both of us
like,
just
not
standing
impressed.
over, just completely confused.
Yeah, just,
So
fuck happened?
here's the important question though. Did you make the dental appointment?
yeah.
I
She
did.
passed?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, there we go. There's a positive outlook on
Good.
this one.
I found out that she thought I had like syphilis or something. Funny enough, getting into another story.
Oh
Because
Lord.
I bite my cheeks.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I
So
do that.
if you open your mouth, you could see the inside of your cheek is all like white and chopped up, right?
Mhm.
So she's like, while she's like doing my teeth, and I'm like, what?
Huh. Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, she just, like, I was thinking, like, did she just like knock a tooth out? I just didn't feel it or something.
What's wrong?
Yeah. Okay. She calls the professor over, or the dental woman, and she comes over and she's like, "Oh yeah, those are chop meat cheeks." And I looked at her, and I was like, "That's fucking insulting, isn't it?" Like, I've never heard somebody insult me that way. Like, she's like, "Oh yeah, it's like a medical term we use. They call it chop meat cheeks because she's like, you bite your cheeks." I was like, yeah. She's like, shouldn't do that. I was like, oh, you shouldn't call me chop meat cheeks, bitch. I just
Yeah,
beat
right.
up a girl last night. You ready? I'll fuck all of you up. You're all like 80 pounds put together.
Listen to me, honey. You want some equality? You know? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
woman
I've never heard that.
workplace.
I think you told me the story about when you threw her, but
Mhm.
like that was it.
that's
Like
the
I
first
didn't know
time
like the whole concept of what happened. So
Yeah, that was the whole entire story. Yeah.
lesson learned.
That makes sense as long as
Don't
I've
wake
known you.
Rob up. Hey guys, it's Eric. I hope you're enjoying so far what you've heard of our podcast. And if you want to stay up to date and know whenever we're going live, if we do any more videos on the YouTube, make sure to subscribe to us on here on YouTube. Follow us on all of the platforms that we stream the podcast on. And if you have any suggestions for topics, or maybe you want to come on and say a couple things, let us know. But yeah, hope you're enjoying it. Let's get back to the podcast.
Jesus Christ. I went to visit him one time when I was in college. I had I was dating a girl at the time. She lived up in Connecticut.
Mm.
And that's a quick hop, skip, and a jump away. I'd always go up over like winter break, like, oh, surprise, I'm here for Christmas. And then like we go to, or like a couple days after Christmas, and then we go New York City during the day after the New Year, which pretty wild how quick they clean that shit up. I will give that as a
Yes.
bone to throw
Yeah,
to
it's
New York.
pretty
Like, it was
impressive. I'm not-
spotless. Like I think I saw one piece of confetti at 7 a.m.
Did you see
That's
any
wild.
shit in the middle of the street? Because everybody's shitting their pants
Well,
standing
that was,
for 2 days.
oh my god. So that was, what year was it? It was 2014, maybe 15.
Yeah, 2014.
Something like that. So maybe there's probably someone shit in their street. I don't know. I'd chill. I talk with the homeless people and all that the whole way. Like we have a whole ass conversation for like 3 streets, and I'm like, "What's going on, man? Like what happened here?" He's like,
man.
Is
Yeah,
it
and
a
guess what?
voluntary conversation, or do they just kind of follow you?
a little bit about, "Hey, man, you got $1?" And I give him $1 and a cigarette. I'm like, "Yeah, walk with me. What's going on, man? How you doing?" You know, like I don't know. That's just how like I'm like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, back in the
You're
day
not
when I was
from
in
New York.
shape, I'm 6'2", like 6'230". Like I could put you into a taxi. Like I don't care. You don't bother me. But no, on the day like we went up, I texting Rob, and I think you were still with She Shall Not Be Named, which is funny enough.
Yeah, I believe I was.
I
Yeah.
think you were. But you got away from her for the day, and you were like, "Yeah, dude, I want to come up." And she's like, "She can't make it." I'm like, "That's not a problem." But so we're like, "Oh, cool. We'll meet at the corner. What is it, like 42nd and fucking whatever? I don't remember."
Yeah,
It was
you're
basically like just shy of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there's
But-
a tunnel. There's a tunnel at 42nd.
Yeah,
or,
that was it.
40 or 39th that takes you to Jersey. Takes you to Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey City Tunnel.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Then okay, yeah, it was somewhere around that area. So whatever, we go out and we get lunch, stuff, walking around. It's like 1:00, you know, checking my phone on here and thing from try calling him, goes right to voice. And I'm like, "Hey, his phone died, you know, whatever." So we're fucking around the city, and I just walk. Like I don't know, if that's a thing. Like I didn't grow up in Philadelphia, but I feel like I know how to cross a goddamn street. And like if you're in New York, like the speed is go.
Yes.
So like lights green or whatever, it's a little like one-way street or something. I don't remember what street we were on. I wish I did. I think it was like one off of Times Square. But we go to cross, and you know, it's given the walkie man, you know, "Hey, all you people just start walking." And this dude in a cab, I don't know what nationality he was, but he did not speak English. He took the left and he hit me. And I mean, you know, like 10, 15 miles an hour or whatever. It's not going to fucking kill me or nothing.
yeah.
So he hits me and I go over the hood, and then he's fucking yelling out the window, "Oh, fuck you." And then fucking I put my heel through his headlight. Like I kicked the unit into the engine bay
Oh
or
my
the engine
God.
cab or something. I was like, "Get out of the car then, fucker." Like yelling. And people are just going by. Like no
Yeah,
one
no
gives
one
a fuck.
cares. No one
Even
gives a shit. It's New York.
Even a cop walked by. He's like, "Yeah, whatever. He'll figure it out. You know, he's a grown man." And like, this kid could probably kick my ass. I'm gonna keep going.
It's natural
then-
selection in New York. Good luck.
Oh my god, dude. I do admit I like that about I love to not give a fuck about like most of the city. It's like, yeah, they'll figure it out. Like you can tell who's like new New York and like old New York.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
all these old heads were like walking by laughing, like, "Oh, you're gonna kill a fucking cabbie. I'm gonna see his kid on the news," you know? Like, so we're walking, and I mean, then it's getting like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm like, "Rob, we gotta go home soon, man. Where you at?" And so I was like, "All right, fuck it." So it was like 7, 8 o'clock. We grab a train back, and we're maybe like 20 minutes from her place in Connecticut. And my phone rings, and it's Rob. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you all right? What's going on?" You're like, "I fell asleep on the bus." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Where are you?" You're like, "I don't really know." He's like whispering into the phone. Like, I'm like, "Are you being followed? Like, what the fuck, man? Are you all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get home, but I'm sorry, man. I'll catch you again." And then he just hung up. 'Cause he had like, I guess you had like 2% left or some shit. And I was like,
No.
like,
You
"Was
know
that-"
what happened?
well, my girlfriend's like, "Was that Rob?" I was like, "He might be dead. He's gonna die. I know a dead man." Like, what
You know
the
what
fuck?
happened?
What?
I
You know,
fell
he told me.
I fell asleep on the fucking bus.
I
So,
knew that. Yeah.
I fell asleep on the bus. The bus driver obviously doesn't wake you up.
No.
So I took the whole ride all the way to the end. Right. I get out. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck I am, right? I'm walking. I called Ben, and as I called him, there were like 2, 3 dudes like walking behind me, and I was a little nervous about it, right? So I tell Ben, I'm like, yeah, I just want to make sure you guys are good. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? And I turn around, and these fucking dudes are like literally right on top of me, and I was like, I'll call you back. And I hang up the phone. They literally jumped on me, bro. Like they jumped me. I got fucking robbed. Literally robbed. They jumped on me,
Jesus Christ, man.
the fucking shit out of me. They took my phone out of my hand, and they're like, "You got money or what? You got money or what?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I just handed them my whole wallet, right? I give them my phone, and I'm just standing there, like, well, laying down on the floor because they're fucking holding me down. And I'm like, all right, like they got all my shit. So like, what's gonna happen now, you know? They're like, and So like, yo, no bullshit. This is a real story, and I'm literally just laying there. They have all my shit already, and I was like, like they're all talking amongst themselves or whatever, and they're like holding me down, and I was like, yo, I'm from Staten Island. You guys know how to get back home?
Yeah, that would be you.
I was like, oh, dude, I'm from Staten Island. I have no fucking idea where I am. I was like, could you point me in the direction of my house? And the guy that robbed me, the guy that literally hit me and took all my shit, goes, "There's a train station 2 blocks away," and he just stands up and he points the way of the train station, and he fucking stands up, and they all run, and that was it. They fucking got me home. I took the fucking train. They actually left me my metro, and they gave me my metro back. I guess they felt bad because they opened the wallet and they were like, "Oh, this kid's fucking poor. He has $15." And they took all my shit, left the other way, pointed me in the direction of the train, and they got me home. They actually gave me my metro.
Huh.
I was like,
Damn.
wow. I was
That's
like,
New York, man.
That was
like,
bit of class, a little bit.
I guess poor to the poor, you know? Like, what a fucking
We
gift.
took your
thanks for
shit,
the-
but we're still
thanks for
gonna
the
make sure you get
Domino's.
home safely.
No, like, listen, I've been, yeah, thanks for the Domino's, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for the free pie. Like, you want, like, you want my gym membership too? Just take it. But, like, I don't know, like, I've been robbed probably 6 times, 7 times, like, because I do stupid shit in the city. I work
Yes,
late,
you do.
you know?
You've told us a lot about
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
And I've been robbed a lot. I'm a little guy, for those of you who don't know. They were
Well,
just
maybe
making
your name shouldn't be Rob. Jesus.
Yeah,
You're
honestly,
just putting
it's
it out there as an advertisement.
all
Fuck.
out. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, he has a target on his back. No,
That took
but-
me a second.
yeah.
I was like, "What's the fuck's that got to do? What, Rob? Is that a big guy name? Little guy name? What the fuck?" Oh,
Hang
It's
on.
okay, take your time.
Yeah, but, like,
Wrong.
I've been robbed
Wrong day.
a lot, and it has never been a good experience. Like, it has always been a terrible experience. Because number one, you lose all your shit. Number two, you get the shit beat out of you by multiple people 9 times out of 10. It's never just one guy who runs up and fucking robs you. For some reason, it's always like 5. So
Yeah, it's not like the Batman movies where the guy comes up with one gun and it's just like, "Give me your stuff." No, they don't even say. They just beat you up and then take your stuff.
yeah, bro, they just run up behind you and punch you in the back of the head. Like, that's what happened to me multiple times. They'll just run up and tackle you to the floor and just kick you in the fucking face and take your shit. Which, like, hey, more power to you, you know, survival of the fittest. You know,
Yeah, I mean, shit, I had it coming. My guard was down.
You win. Yeah, you were stronger and faster than me, man. You win.
God
But
damn.
that was the nicest interaction I've ever had with a New Yorker, and it was a fucking robbery.
You Rob again?
That's terrifying. That'll show you the state of New York City. That
Jesus
was
Christ.
the nicest interaction, the most polite interaction I've ever had with a human being in New York City that I didn't know.
That was 6, 7 fucking years ago, man.
I know. I was like,
it's
How
probably
like
now.
5?
I was like 17. Yeah, like holy shit.
Oh yeah, I guess you were then. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Fuck,
was like
dude.
17, 18. Like I couldn't have been. You know, I wasn't like old enough to know. Like,
How the fuck would you know?
hey
Right?
man, you shouldn't be in Harlem at 12 o'clock as a lone white guy. Maybe that's like a bad idea, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
People don't see that I'm Spanish. They don't know.
No, like we're like
I had to ask you before
Me
the
and
goddamn
Rob.
call.
we're both Hispanic. We don't look like it or sound like it at all.
Yeah,
he just
no.
looks like a fucking raging Italian. So
Yeah, me and Eric are both Hispanic, but we both look like if you went into a
Hot
room.
Topic.
Yeah.
stop! Don't call me out. Most of my wardrobe.
You both look like you work at Hot Topic. Don't even. Rob's for those at home. Rob's got like enough sleeves to make your Catholic grandmother clutch the pearls, and then and then Eric is just like he looks like
I'm there.
the bad guy. He looks like the bad guy from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like I can't remember the
Oh,
actor.
like Gideon.
Gideon. Yeah, Eric looks like
Really?
Gideon.
All right, I'll
what?
take it. I like that.
Fucking Tell
movie.
me I'm wrong.
Name,
Like,
right? Gideon.
yeah,
I think that was
Gideon.
His
I think that's right.
name. It was something
But I
like.
was like, so like, yeah, you can see a guy wearing a Hot Topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Studded belt type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost,
Me, no,
almost bought one.
flannel and jeans.
Like if you went into a room with like 6 names laid out on a table, right?
Where are you going? With
And
this?
you just had me and Eric standing there, and they were like, "Pick these guys' names." I guarantee you that they will be able to pick our first names instantly, because Eric looks like an Eric. That's a white guy name. I look like a Robert. That's a white guy name.
Bobby.
But yeah, but nobody would ever assume that we're Puerto Rican.
Nope.
Me and Eric are both Puerto Rican. Like-
I do have a story about that too.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
I
You gotta tell
do
it.
EMS. Basically, it's just a transport company. I don't do 911. So we get like actual like scheduled runs and everything, not just 911. So the one time I actually had a Hispanic gentleman. He was a little bit older, and he started talking in Spanish. So I said, "Oh, you Hispanic?" And he starts going off, and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool."
Neat.
But I don't speak Spanish whatsoever. My granddad, God rest his soul, I didn't meet him when I was, cognitive to understand. But he was from Puerto Rico. So he spoke Spanish around my dad, but it didn't really transfer to my dad, and he didn't transfer it to me. So white as can be. I consider myself more Brooklyn than Puerto Rican, but,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
fair.
so the guy starts speaking in Spanish, and I stop him. I was like, "Hey, I actually can't speak Spanish." He's like, "But you're Puerto Rican." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're a fake Hispanic." I was
Yeah,
like,
they
"Oh,
love that.
fuck.
They
God
love to
damn
call.
it."
Yeah, they call me fake Hispanic too, and I speak
I'm
Spanish.
learning.
Speak
Really is
Spanish.
the thing?
That's a thing. Yeah, dude. Like,
What the fuck,
it's-
dude? Because like, well, Eric, you're from Jersey, so like when I was a kid, I used to go to Ocean City, New Jersey all the time. Like we go like once a year, and even now, like I try to go. I fucking love it there. It's a good time. Take your kids. It's nice. It's cheap. It's good food. There's not a bunch of liquored up assholes, and if you want that, you can just drive to Atlantic City.
And
Yeah,
you
easy
got some
peasy.
hobos under the
That's what
boardwalk in
it's
some
for.
areas, but
Keep
it
'em-
happens.
Keep them there. You know what I mean? Stay in Ocean City. Go to Atlantic City for the night. You know what I mean?
Gambling. Go to Atlantic City for gambling.
Exactly.
Yep.
Don't sleep there. You're gonna get robbed. and
Bang hookers.
You're gonna get
Oh,
hit on by a
Jesus.
hooker named Precious, which I got a story for that too if you want that.
Oh, dear Lord.
But like when I was a kid, we go to see New Jersey, and I played sports a lot, so I was like outside fucking all the time. And before, I guess before I graduated, like I would get super dark because I would be out. I do track, and then I work out outside.
I
and then
saw
do
those
shot
pictures. I was
putting.
like, "That's Ben?
Dude, I looked Hispanic, right?
You looked
You'd be
more
like-
Hispanic than
you'd
I
be
ever
like,
have."
There were so many guys that would come up, little like 5'6", 5'7" guys come up. Hey man, go pason, like, and I'm like,
I'm Polish.
I took Latin in high school, man. Like, no comprehendo, senor. Like, sorry. And then it's just like, sorry guys, I don't speak Spanish.
And it's
"Oh,
like
man,
you're not
bro,
even
it's
trying to
cool."
offend them.
Yeah, I'm like, no, man, it's cool. Like, I'm trying here. Like, I'm like, do you like speak Spanish? I don't know. And I was
Yeah,
like,
it's all the stuff that you remember. Well,
everyone's
let me
racist.
rephrase
Let's
that.
get
So
out
all
of
the
way.
stuff that you learn in high school, when it comes to those moments where just basics, a couple words. Soon as you're face to face with that situation where you're talking to someone that's full Spanish and they say something and you're like, I understand a little bit. Soon as that happens, you forget everything. You don't remember a goddamn thing from high school, elementary school, college. None of it.
Mitochondria.
Yeah, that's what you remember.
Hell, I know.
I know 2 times 2 makes 8.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's speaking Spanish and you're sitting there rifling off the fucking the Declaration of Independence.
PEMDAS.
Everything from high school comes rushing back in, all the fucking economics classes.
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS,
Jesus
it all
Christ.
cancels out. You're good.
You're foiled.
Dude, it's some weird shit. And then like Atlantic City, like I've walked around Atlantic City like post midnight.
Bro, I fucking hate Atlantic City. I hate it there.
Dude,
I-
it's actually
I like
really
the
fucking
casino.
fun to walk around at like 2, 3 in the morning when everyone's drunk walking. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. But I was like on the streets. So like I'm going down, and I was like, that's a large lady. So I'm just walking and walking. I'm half liquored up, you know what I mean? Like I'm with like 2 or 3 people. Like nothing's gonna happen, whatever. 3 giant white guys. And then the lady starts coming up to me, walking me. And then she's like, how you boys doing tonight? I was like,
Oh.
It's like no first interaction with like what I said, like drag or something. I was like, I'm fine. How are you tonight? You know what I mean? Like polite. And I'm
How do
pretty
you
ripped.
even fucking prepare yourself for that?
I'm pretty ripped, so like I'm already on my heels, so I'm trying to like rewind, right? Like, oh my god,
What just happened?
how are you lost? How can I help you? I'm a tourist, like
It's Timmy
Trying to be the
stuck in the
Boy
well.
yeah, right. Trying to be the Boy Scout. This is like, oh my god, what'd she say her name was? I'll say she, because definitely was not a she. She had thicker facial hair than I did, but like a 5 o'clock shadow, like you could see it.
Or Adam's apple.
All right, yeah. It was like I was like, oh god. I'm like, well, I don't want to be rude. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're doing their job. I'm just trying to get home. Just trying to make a couple extra bucks at the end of the shift. Probably whatever. I don't know how that works. So like, can I interest you boys in a good time? And I was like, no.
Just
No.
I
No.
already had my good time there.
God, I can't make good decisions right now. I'm intoxicated. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to just like ignorant white guy it and like try to just phone it in and see how far I can get. And it got pretty far. But like backed off right, like very professional. I don't know how the fuck you put it. Just backed off. He was like, all right, honey, you get home safe. And I was like,
Thank
across
you.
the street in like half a sprint, you know, like, oh my God. And then I got another street up and it was a black girl. Oh my God, dude. Like 10 out of 10. I was like, she has to strip during the day at like the nicer clubs. You know what I mean? I was like,
She-
wow.
She's a Friday night girl, definitely more expensive. You know?
Like I just walked by and then she's like, you can't afford me. I was like, oh.
Wow.
I was like, that was mean. I was like
I
that
was
just
just gonna
ruined
say
my night. Like I
hi.
was already half on a high from that because I was like, oh, that was a funny interaction. This was like, oh, I thought you guys were supposed to be nice. You know, I was like, it's like when
Yeah, Ben
he's
went
mean.
back to his Ben went back to his fucking college dorm room with 4 boxes full of ramen, fucking chicken flavored ramen.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
All the fucking cheap shit that college
Mhm.
students use to fucking somehow maintain a real life because they're getting their money sucked out of their asshole by these
Pretty
fucking
much.
universities,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The
I
worst
think I honestly think that universities are just like useless. Like,
Yeah.
did you both go to
Completely.
college? I don't know.
I did community.
Yeah, it's what I'm doing
So-
now. I could definitely have done without college, but because I went to college, there's no ceiling.
Nope.
Yeah, like that. But that's what I mean. Like, okay, so think about it like this, right? You went to college,
Mhm.
do something that you could have done without college, but you just need that piece of paper.
Yep.
Right? It's ridiculous.
The whole issue is, and I'm sure you went to college and did the whole college thing, and you probably learned nothing.
I did. In my defense, I did learn a lot of. I went for business, and I'm not going to show my diploma because I don't need none of you knowing where the fuck I went to college. But like,
Eh,
for the sake of this, if we get some longevity here, but the professors we had were like ex people that worked in large businesses. So like,
Okay, okay.
it
Well,
was-
this is how
it wasn't like, oh, let's teach the theory of business. It's like, no, I was in HR for like 20 years. The one guy worked as a supply chain dude for Sony
Okay.
for like 20 some years. One guy worked in multiple marketing things. One was his own accountant. Like he's all like pretty self-made people. The one guy was a fucking ex-lawyer for like Time Warner Cable.
Oh
that's
wow.
pretty nuts.
So he knew his shit.
Yeah,
And
like
that was my
these.
favorite guy. But any of the other classes, why the fuck did I do that? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like
I-
that's what I mean. Not so much what
I
you
gotta go for
what
that.
you majored in, right? Like not so much like what you like went to school for, because obviously you learn from the professors. Like you said, like your professors all fucking were like huge into business, so like they all understood. Like Eric probably the same thing. Like the thing he
So,
went to college
With
for. Probably learned about.
community, I went for video production, video imaging in their words, and that was a mixture of filming, editing, Photoshop, some motion graphics, not a lot, and even there was one class I had to do for 3D modeling, and I'm like, I don't do that though, that's not mine. But more often than not, I want to say 50% of what I learned was very important. The other 50, I pretty much learned myself. So like originally when I was going to high school, I went to just a normal public school, and I got bullied a little bit. I wasn't as like don't give a shit nowadays as I was back then. Back then, like if someone said something mean to me, I was like, I'm sorry. But sometimes I'm still like that. But anyway, I got bullied pretty bad one day, and my parents said, hey, let's go to a technical school or a vocational school. You can learn a skill, go to college, and then blah, blah, blah. So I went to a vocational school for video production. I had no idea what I was doing, but then learned everything. Teachers liked me. I was doing everything correctly. Then I went to college. Pretty much the same shit again. Most of the same stuff. But then I got a couple internships. It was really cool. But coming out of college, like I think I've learned almost more on YouTube and Twitch and everything that I did in college.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I mean. Like they'll hand you the basics.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and especially for like your majors and shit. Like they'll hand you the basics of like what you need, but then you kind of just teach yourself. Like after that, in my opinion. Like I didn't go to school, so I don't know, but I feel like college and universities are like such a scam. Like right now, universities are charging the same amount of tuition, and you can't even attend the fucking university. You're
Oh yeah,
online.
yeah, with the
You're
online stuff.
online. That doesn't even make sense. Why are you fucking like you're paying to keep your fucking lights on? Nobody's even in there, bro. The janitor's in there jerking off on everybody's fucking bed. Like that's all it is. There's like you're paying all this money to go to the same school that you could go to or the same school in equivalence. Like I could go to a community college or I could go to fucking Harvard. Either way, I'm online right now.
Yeah.
And I'm paying quadruple the fucking tuition to go to Harvard, but I'm not even there. Like
Yep.
it's just the same professors
Yeah,
to learn the
especially
shit.
just because of COVID. COVID kind of like put everything into perspective, really put everything into perspective. Because, like, again, back in the day with college, one summer job, that's it. You paid it off. Nowadays, no. If you want to do that, you have to, like, give up wanting to have a house, give up to maybe wanting to have, like, a child or something, just because I want, like, a little piece of paper that I'll still get turned away at the job because they're like, you need to have, like, 10 years experience. I just graduated.
Yeah, right. Entry level. Right?
Entry level, yeah.
I love these entry level positions that they're like, okay, by the way, entry level position, but you need 5 years experience, a bachelor's degree, you need this, you need that. And I'm like, how the fuck is this entry level? I need 4 to 6 years of school, and then I need 4 to 6 years of experience. I'm gonna be 32, and that's when you're gonna get my entry level job to get $25 an hour. Suck my balls. Like I don't want to do that shit.
No, fuck that. Like, and it's you don't get your money's worth, 100%.
No.
Anywhere you go, all
And you're
you
gonna be paying it off for like another 10 years, right?
I mean, I'm the living meme. I got hit by a car and paid off my debt.
Good man.
I'll go into that another time, but like, yeah, no, like I would still be in debt. You know what I mean? Like I'd be in debt probably till I'm old. Granted, people hear debt, right? Like debt is an asset if you leverage it correctly. That's a business thing, and you know, when I came out, I was like, it's kind of stupid. But what I learned from college was like what not to do as a person, and that the dumbest people in the world have fucking degrees. That is what I like. People that like one thing I would do in college, like when I started out, was I changed people's oil because my old man taught me how, and it was easy. And most people had. So that was what 2011. No crazy car. This is before like cars were harder to work on. They're getting to the point you're gonna have to.
It's all computers.
Yeah,
that's another convo. But like, if you were a guy, this is me being sexist, shock. But if you were a guy and you didn't know how to change your oil, I'd charge you $40, if not more. Oil was cheaper back then, so were filters. They were dirt cheap. And you know, I was like, okay, cool, it's side business. If you were a girl, I'd charge you like $10. I don't give a fuck. Some dumbass is gonna pay for it for you. You know, it's like it's covered on that guy. But it was like, I could probably tell them literally anything's wrong with their car. And I'm not super automotively inclined. I know the basics. I know enough of anything not to get ripped off. And I take some pride. But like, the amount of people that just like genuinely don't know anything or like have not had to. I don't even want to say struggle because that's not the word. But like you had to go against something like adverse. You know what I mean? Like, because school was easy for me. School was fucking stupid. Like I slacked off and got like a 4.3. You know what I mean? Like school's not hard. Anyone can pass school. Anyone can pass high school. So like
I didn't even
you
go.
can definitely tell who.
You're a diploma right there.
yeah, fuck that. But like, you know what I mean? Like you're in this environment where it's like, oh yeah, this shit's easy. It comes to me. I'm genius. I'm smart. And then you go to fucking college where you got to apply yourself. Like I went in as mathematics, and when I took like a Calc 2 class or something, I think I had to take it twice. I was like, this ain't for me, dog. Like,
It's just
this is a different breed than what I'm fucking made for. I have the gift of gab. I'm pretty outgoing. I'm pretty fucking logic minded. I was like, you know what? Let me try business, and it stuck. I fucking love it. But and it's a little general too. You can kind of do whatever you want. Like, if you went for like, you know what I mean? Like if you went for like social work, cool. You got that social work path. But like, you're kind of like in that lane now.
You're
you
stuck.
Know what I mean? Like you're stuck, but like if you want to do something different, it's going to be more work to shift out of it. But
more
then
school
you still have that,
and everything.
You still have the degree. You might not even need new school. It's just
true.
That degree's not going to kick in until you really get some fucking experience under the belt, and that's something no one tells you.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like I'm just going to go work wherever, and like my concentration's management. So like, I always think there's a better way to do something. I think there's a better way to like talk to people to do something, and it's not that hard. You just need to be direct. speak with authority, conviction, like, hey, here's this. It's not mean. It's not personal. Hey, look at that. Some offense taken. But like, here's the name.
Name drop.
But like,
The name of the podcast.
right. Oh, wow, he did that. I love when podcasts do that. It's like they know what they're doing. But you just, like, no one tells you that. And hearing it now, you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, you should have just thought of that. But like, even in my head, I'm trying to like go back to 19, right? Like, yeah, I probably didn't think that. I heard actuaries make a shit ton of money. I want to do that because it's still a little businessy. Wow, these are like the turbo nerds of fucking business. I don't want to do this shit. You know what I mean? How about accounting? I was like, accounting's a little better. I like accounting, cost management. And then
all accountants want to kill themselves.
I don't know. I met some pretty fucking cool accountants. As weird
Dude,
as that
all my friends are accountants, and they're all nice and cool.
Mhm.
Great fucking dudes. Tax season rolls around, and I literally have never seen grown men break down like that. Like,
That's
dude,
a good point.
My buddy Brian, no joke. Like we would talk about it all the fucking time, and he would like come over. We'd get beer after work or whatever, and during tax season, like he wouldn't get home till like 7, where he would usually be home a couple hours before me, go to the gym, whatever. Because I'm an electrician, so I
Right.
work in the city. I fucking get out of the job at 4 o'clock. I don't get home till like 6:30. By the time I'm all cleaned up, it's like 7:30. So we go out for a beer at 7:30, and he just got home. He's in his fucking suit. He's all fucked up. Like his tie's like pulled off of his shirt. He looks like when Superman's got like about to rip off the
Yeah.
Clark Kent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's like all fucked up, like the shirt's open, like a guinea tea under it, and he's like just sitting at the fucking bar, like with his hands on his head. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he's like, I have never seen so many numbers in my fucking life. He's like, I hate this fucking tax shit. I hate being an accountant. I hate this. I hate that. And I was like, dude, I just smashed my fucking hand today and almost ripped my fucking pinky off. So you want to talk to me about problems? Like, dude, shut the fuck up. But I understand it's like mentally like draining.
Yeah.
And from
It's a
what
different beast.
yeah, from what he explained to me, like he's just like, dude, it's just all day. Like all day, just boom, 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 boom. Like you don't get a second to breathe. And that's something I couldn't do. Like, thank God I went the electrical field. I hate it, don't get me wrong, but I have a lot of freedom. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want. Like nobody really like sticks on me. They're just like, here's the job, it has to be done then, and this has to be done by this. And okay. And then I go out there and I do my job, and I can finish the job 3 days early and just not go to work for 3 days. Like the last 4 days of the job, 3-4 days of the job, because it's already done.
That's
And then
nice.
and I don't tell my boss because I'm not fucking stupid. I had business. I should have gone to fucking school. So
You could have. You
Yeah,
probably did good.
I would just call my boss and go, "Hey man, yeah, the job's almost done, blah blah blah. We're working on it, almost finished. Okay, I'll call you when it's done." And then I'll just stay home for 4 days and get paid for it because I'm not fucking stupid.
See,
If
yeah,
I-
smarter,
if I-
not harder.
Well, if I call him and go, "Oh, hey, the job's done," he'll just go, "Okay, now go to this job." Fuck that, dude. I like
Yeah,
this job. All the fucking little Mexican guys like me. They speak Spanish and don't think that I understand them. It's great.
It's the Hispanic
I
thing,
love
man.
that,
We're just we look somewhat like it, and they assume, and it's like, God damn it.
No, the best is when they don't assume and they think I'm just some white guy. That's the best.
Yes.
Because they like there was a job I was on. It was a $30 million job. We call it the Jenga building in New York City. It's
Yes, I know what building you're talking about.
56 Leonard. It's one of the most expensive penthouse buildings in New York City. Like
Yeah, you were showing me.
Casey Neistat lives there.
Mhm.
Keegan Michael Key lives there.
Hmm.
So, well, when he's in New York, So they have these penthouse apartments. I was working on the top floor. It was a $30 million apartment, and then the guy wanted $30 million of work done to it. So they gave me the job. There was a guy who was supposed to be the head, like foreman on the job, but he was like always slacking off. So like everybody came to me with everything, right? So I was working on that job for like 6 months. Like it was a long one because we had to totally revamp like everything. Everything was getting refurnished. I had to put lights in a cabinet like that were like under cabinet lights that were inside the cabinet. I had to run wire through the furniture. It was so weird. Like it's just rich people shit, bro. High-end residential work is like the worst work to do, in my opinion. So I'm working there for like 6 months, and the GC, all the foremen for the other trades, they all know me, and they all know that I'm like running this giant job, but I look like a young fucking kid. Yeah, I didn't grow my mustache out like when I worked and shit. I like to be clean for the rich people. So we've been working, and this group of Hispanic dudes come in because they're all painters, right? They use an eggshell white paint on this whole building.
Right.
Or the whole apartment.
Yep.
And all of them come in and they're like, you know, who's the boss? Who's the boss? Who's the electrician? Who's the boss? And I'm like, me. And they're like, hello, boss, you know, and they're talking to me like that, and then they'll turn around and just start rifling shit off in Spanish about me. And they were doing it for like weeks, right? And I work with this guy, Ronnie, and he's a Dominican dude, one of my best friends. And he's like, they're talking shit about you, bro. I was like, I know, I understand him. And he's like, you understand him? I was like, yeah, I speak Spanish. So we're standing there, I'm letting them one day just rifle off about me, and I was pissed, like, because I was doing a whole bunch of shit for my job, and they're all screaming in Spanish about me, screaming in Spanish, and I just turned around, and I fucking started rifling off like a paragraph in Spanish at these fucking dudes. I was just screaming in Espanol, and these dudes were like blank face shock, mouths on the fucking ground, because they've been talking shit about a foreman on a job site that he's running for like 2 weeks, and I understood every word. And I looked at him like last day, after I did all that, I was like, "Yeah, you didn't think I could fucking understand you, huh? I didn't fucking understand you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and paint the fucking ceiling."
Dude, I remember that because you Snapchatted me from up in a fucking duct. Like, I just
Yes,
these, like,
I do remember
Mexicans. It's like, dude, what? What do you mean? Are you okay? Are you like
After I rifled off in
are
Spanish,
you getting robbed again? What the fuck,
Dude.
man?
even my buddy Ronnie looked at me and he was like this. His whole fucking mouth is wide open. He couldn't believe it. He's like, he's like, dude, you're white. You're like pasty white. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm
That's what we call a sleeper agent.
yeah, like a Puerto Rican. I paid attention in Spanish class. My bad.
So that was the first episode. If you guys like it, please let us know. We plan to do this probably like every week, and then just when we have a set day that we want to release it, we'll release it. We are also going to have a video part of it, so you can see all of us talking, looking like idiots on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Exactly. I'll try and edit all that together, and we'll work on what platforms you can listen to. Probably Spotify would be the easiest. Maybe even like Pandora or something. We'll find it out. There's plenty of options. But yeah, so I'm Eric, or I think my Twitter is @WhereDidEricGo. Ben.
I don't have a Twitter because fuck you.
Good point.
Yeah,
That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah, you will be able to see me on Twitch at some point under Magnus Girthquake. You can't miss it. There's only one and only.
I love it.
I've coined that name. I'm gonna be streaming in the Sphere soon, so keep an eye out.
Yeah, and I am. You could follow me at www.twitch.tv/crispnip, where we do. That's such a fucking stupid name. There's a story. We'll get into the name, but yeah. So I stream every day. Try to make it 8 hours a day, and we just do mostly video games. A lot of talking, a lot of video watching. So come on down, spend some time, and watch the podcast, or I'll kill you.
There you go. That's a good way. So from all of us from the Some Offense Taken podcast, thanks for listening.
Much love, boys. See you later.
Godspeed and
Oh boy.
suck a butt.
Suck How does one exactly suck a fuck?